between the two buildings is from like here to there, and then that end part there that's what also needs to be fixed. So we need to go like first through the middle of the building and then on the front yard side. So those need to be fixed. So that's why we're removing the gravel from here so that we can access the rainwater pipes, because they're underneath there. There's like a filter cloth in between the gravel and the dirt where they've been dug in. So we need to get rid of those. Get rid of basically all of that. So far I feel like the ramp I've made from this side is a nice one. Like it's giving me less trouble driving up and down than the other side there. So I think that is more steep than this side here. But it's also, if you see those two sticks now on the end there, try to see where they are, but they should be there. Like there should be two sticks. That's where the corridor comes in. So you can see that this trench that I've been digging is actually not, it's like turning sideways, so we'll have to fix that as well. I have to think about this gravel pile, that way should we start extending it, because it's becoming a massive one, but I feel like we need to try and fill it from all the sides so that we could get it as high as possible. So we'll start filling this corner as well. I returned. For midsummer I have champignons filled with blue cheese wrapped in bacon. Oh, that's a classic. I remember having those. I remember not being a fan of those as a kid, but I do appreciate them now. I think we've used, instead of blue cheese, we've had koskenlaskia, if you know the cheese. We've had that at least inside, like my parents have done it with that cheese. I think we might have had it with blue cheese as well, I don't remember. But there are different kinds of cheeses at least inside them, but that's a classic. That's a really good one. I approve. Some halloumi, yeah, that's also nice. Might get some fancy Gouda to snack on tomorrow, that sounds nice too. What sorts of meats are you having? Are you skipping on the meats? I didn't hear anything about the meats except for the bacon, of course. But yeah, gravel has been moving. I see that the gravel has been moving quite well. Yeah, it has been moving rather nicely. I was just saying that. I was actually just saying that you have doubts about the 2-week delay, if that's enough, or if it's gonna be a longer delay. But I guess it all comes down to how long this will take, and then how long will it take us to access the previous pipes. Because again, there will be a long time with like these French drain pipes. We need to make them again and stuff. That will take a long time, of course. But I feel like the ones that will like tell us how long it will like eventually take will be the ones involving digging the previous pipes and digging in the new ones. Because with the French drain pipes, we know it like takes like basically 3 days to put them in here, because that's what they took last time, and I am assuming it will be the same, like approximately the same this time as well. Because again, we can use the oven machine to make sort of like a trench for them, and then it should be easier to just plop in the pipes. I honestly think the new rainwater corridor will be the most time consuming. Will be totally wrong though. I don't think you might be too wrong about it, because I think it will be a battle between the like removing the previous pipes and making the new ones. Because again, with the new ones, it will be faster to dig, but it will also be like weird angle. You also need to again check the levels. With the previous ones, it's about like trying to get them out without breaking them. So that's what the time-consuming part about the previous pipes will be. But like once you block them out, it doesn't matter how they are in there. So like the gravel and stuff, like we just fill the previous holes and stuff. So that will be somewhat fast as long as we get them out intact. The one thing I'm actually stressed about, I don't know if we talk about this or not, but I can now explain it to you because we're in right location as well. So there's, you can see those, there's like these gray pipes, like these flexible pipes on the outer end there, right on the end there. And basically where my Avant back tires are almost that's where they start from. So those like pipes in there, those are for electrical cables and like fiber and stuff to go between these two buildings. And where that goes from is right next to the barrel there. And it's on top of the rainwater pipe underneath the cloth, like it's like immediately underneath the cloth basically. But the thing is that since it's on top of the rainwater pipe, we'll need to dig out the rainwater pipes without like messing with those too much. Like it doesn't matter like what elevation those will be in, as long as you don't like pierce them. So we don't want to damage them. So it will be interesting, how do we dig out the previous rainwater pipes from underneath these pipes? Like again, these are flexible kind, so they do move around and stuff. But again, like being careful enough that we don't like smack those, like when we get through the cloth. So that will be an added challenge, because again, we wouldn't want to start, because then if we like completely mess up those pipes, we would like need to basically dig out this like from here to where we are currently at. Again, like all the gravel from underneath there, we need to get all of that away. And then like slice the fabric, then go in and put in a new pipe. So yeah, so that would be a curveball. And yeah, it is like a curveball for this. But yeah, it would be a catastrophe to like pierce it. So we need to be really careful. But luckily it is like right next to the barrel there, so it's not like hard to find where it goes on. So we should be able to find it quite easily. You can also of course like check the boards, like what's the direct, like what's the actual location. But I do remember it's on the backyard side of that barrel is where those three, well actually it's only two of those gray pipes, and then it's the one yellow pipe, but regardless that's those three pipes going in there. So that's an added challenge here. So again, I do agree with you that will most likely be the most time consuming part, is the digging of the new rainwater pipes and removing the previous one. Because that's like because this thing here is somewhat easy. There's nothing really that we need to, well, only the two rainwater pipes coming out that we need to avoid here. But other than that, there's hardly anything that we need to like look out for. But I guess it also, like how much and how well we do this part will also like speed up or slow down the next steps. Because if we make this wide enough, we have lots of room to maneuver with Avant inside here. The wider we make it, the longer we take here. So it's like a trade sort of. Like I need to decide how wide do I make this gravel pit, or like friends are making here in between. Because the wider it is, the easier it is to maneuver, but also the longer it takes. But yeah, this is definitely something I had dearly hoped we wouldn't need to do. But again, like I'm somewhat positive in the aspect that we now have the correct measures. So at least after this we're done with these work phases. So there's nothing coming in our way, at least after this. Assuming we've done everything correctly, but with the bubble level and stuff, I don't think there's any debate on whether these work or not. So we'll just keep the same level of detail and accuracy when we're making these, and it should be all good. Elina's picking up trash from around the plot, which is noise because there's some trash here and there here. I actually don't know where they like mostly come from, those. Guess maybe wind delivers them to us. Okay, you can now see the corner there of the new building. The only thing is that we need to go a bit wider than that because because of the previous trench, or like the previous corridor we made. So. We have space enough to dig the previous pipes out. But yeah, it will also be interesting with the rainwater pipes, like getting the previous ones out, is that like unlike the French drain pipes, because you saw me remove them yesterday, that like even there I struggled a bit with those that have like those connections on either end, but the rainwater pipes are like really tight on each other, because like you remember we used the lubricant to get them inside. So I think it will be interesting how easy it is to like remove those pipes from each other, because that's like the first thing that we would need to do, is to like disassemble, I guess. Because I guess you could also think of like, yeah, we'll just take it out like as it is, like the whole thing, and just move it and like replace it, but I don't think that's an option. I feel like we'll need to piece it together like before. I don't think there's any like shortcuts that can be taken here, unfortunately. I feel like there's still so much gravel here. Because I did see the fabric at one point, but I think I've placed some more gravel on top of it now, so I no longer see the fabric even. Oh, I can see it again. I don't know if I pierced it or not. I think I actually pierced it. I think that was gentle enough. Missed a message of mine in that spam torrent I gave you. Let's see. There's some random meats another friend has gotten, so a bit of a mystery to me even. Oh, I see, okay, that's nice. But yeah, definitely always tell me if I miss messages, because again, I was curious if that's like a message not showing to me, but if it's that one, then yeah. Then I do have it here, just missed it, so yeah, apologies for that. But yeah, I do agree that the most time-consuming part, I would also assume, will be this corridor here. Again, with like, you just imagine the barrel there, because that thing is like deep as hell. We need to get it to this like right elevation and stuff, so that the pipes go in and out. Like that took a lot of time digging that thing in there, so now taking that out and replacing it. So all of that will take time for sure. So I guess my 2 weeks will be highly optimistic. Again, I think depends a lot on like what days will we be working here, because if it's like Thursday, Friday only, then surely it will take us like 2 months or so. I think it will take like a long time for us to finish that. But I'm hoping we'll be here, and I'm hoping I could get also like help. So I'm hoping my father could come in and help as well, because it would help to have someone else to drive the Avant machine as well, and then when we're working with the pipes, to be able to help with those as well. So now we see where the fabric is, so we will try and not go any deeper than that when we scoop from here. Fabric is really close there, so it would be nice to go in with this scoop and basically just like scoop on